ethnic or Indian people was way less compared. So
Yeah.
there was pretty much like I'd say 90% just like white people or European
Yeah.
people. So it was different. But I don't think that I was ever like made to feel that I was different. Like obviously subconsciously you know.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yes, I'm Indian,
Yeah.
I'm different. But it's not like there's people telling you that you're different because that's just not what New Zealand is about.
Let's start with the prayer.
Kidding.
Kia ora, mabuhay!
Welcome and welcome to Fika with
Chin.
and Glee.
Cheers! Oh, cheers!
Cheers.
Yes.
So today is very, very special. Like we've just promised you in our last episode.
Yes, we have a very special guest. This is special because it's our first ever episode to interview someone.
Yes, and really, really special because Bunty is a big fan.
My partner is a big fan of
Yeah.
this person.
Yes, and would you like to introduce?
Well, his name is Yuvraj, but we'll get to know him better. We're going to ask him
Yes.
questions. And yeah, so let's begin now.
Hey
So
guys.
Yuvraj.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yes.
It's so cool to be here.
Thank you so much for
Thank
saying yes.
Well, so I hope you're having a good coffee there.
It's lovely coffee, thank you.
For some of you who is not aware, he played the role Kat
Yes.
in the recent the Multiversity
The Multiversity,
show.
yeah.
So tell us about that first.
Yes.
It
How was the whole experience?
It was so cool. I mean, well, it's where I got to meet you.
Yes,
Tim.
that's
yeah,
right.
so it's pretty cool. So it was, we started last year, September, August, and we performed in May. So it was honestly one of the coolest experiences I've ever been a part of. I mean, if any of you know me, it's like, I love superheroes, right? And I got to play a kid with superpowers on stage. So
Yeah.
it was pretty much a dream role for me. So it was amazing. I got to meet so many amazing people who now I can call like my best friends.
Oh.
So it was
Wow.
a really awesome experience. It was just so much fun. Yeah.
So you basically started acting just last year.
No. So I have been acting since school actually.
Oh,
Like since
okay.
intermediate, just normal school plays, school productions, just
Okay.
doing it as a subject, NCEA and stuff. But yeah, last year with the Multiversity, that was actually my first lead role ever. So it was
First lead role, but you
Wow.
really slayed
Yeah,
it.
I was
really,
there.
really amazing.
Yeah, I was very fortunate because fresh from another country, I
Yeah.
was able to witness the
Yes.
the show.
It was
I
a
mean,
good
I was
welcome
I was
for
there.
them.
that's so cool. Thank
Well,
you for coming.
I think that's what made it so amazing because he was so passionate about his character.
Mm. But-
I love
It was
Kat.
really effective.
That's really cool. Now, we have some questions for you,
Yeah,
of course.
of course, yeah.
So, for our viewers and listeners, so Yuvraj, are you a full-time student or are you working?
So I just graduated actually in August.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank
you.
Woo.
Oh, okay.
Let's cheers to
Oh,
that.
cheers.
Woo.
Wow,
Yes,
Yay.
thanks.
Wow, that
Yeah.
was just last month.
Yeah, it was very recent. I graduated from UOA with a BSc, and now I'm going to be doing a postgrad next year, which is going to be in teaching. So
Wow.
I'm in a bit of a break right now. I've got 6 months to myself, so just working part time, just having a break,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah, from
Much
studies.
needed break. You deserve
much
it.
needed, yeah.
Yeah.
Because this has been like school, then straight to uni, and graduating. It's like, all right, let's take 6 months back to just enjoy things. So
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's actually good. You
Yes.
always need to have a break. Not only
Yes.
from
Take a
work.
break and have
Fika. But that's quite a long fika. Usually 10 to 15 minutes is fika.
Yeah, it's
So this is a,
not
a
6
break.
months.
It's a
yeah.
break.
Not a fika.
But that's nice. I think at the same time you're also like a vice president in a
AUTPA.
Yes.
Yes, AUT Performing Arts.
Oh.
Yes, shout out to you guys. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Auckland
This is AUT.
AUT.
Yeah.
Oh,
Performing.
Auckland
AUT
University
Performing
of
Arts.
Technology.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
that's the one.
And you graduated from University of
Auckland, yeah, which is weird,
next to
right?
UOA.
Yeah.
That's cool. Now, since it's obvious that you are coming from a different background, right?
Yes,
You have
correct.
Indian parents.
I do.
Yeah. So can you tell us a brief history of
Sure.
your
So
immigration?
Yeah, so my parents were originally, well, they are from India. So am I. I was born there.
Yeah.
And when I was 2 years old, that's when we came to New Zealand. We migrated to New
2
Zealand.
years old.
Yeah, so I pretty much
young.
like, I've been brought up here. I don't really
Mm.
remember my time in India because I was a baby.
2 years
Yeah.
So
old.
yeah.
You're
Yeah,
quite
that's
young.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
Exactly. So I was, so that's when we migrated a long time ago.
A long time ago.
Yeah, it's been
2
20 years now in New
20.
Zealand.
Oh my God! You already
so
mentioned your age.
yes, so
Oh no.
you're 20. So Yuvraj is 23 years old.
22.
22.
That was a joke.
Plus
That was a
22.
joke.
All right, so 22. So
22.
Yuvraj is 22 and single. No, I don't know. I don't know yet.
I am.
So, well, that's good to for our
You're
listeners
getting
and
into
viewers, right? So, first question, coming from an immigrant background,
Yeah.
how was it growing up in New Zealand, in Auckland, especially as an immigrant or as a descendant of an immigrant?
I actually thought it was pretty normal because this is the only life that I've seen, if that makes sense. Because, it was relatively normal for me because I went through the schooling process here.
That's
You know,
right.
all my friends were from here. Like, I had no connections to India that I really miss because I know people that have graduated. Not graduated. That might have migrated later on in life, and they have like a duality where they genuinely miss India or the connections they have there. But I don't have that because I was so young.
Yeah.
So it's been relatively normal for me growing up here because this is my normal. You know,
Yeah.
This is your home.
This is my home.
This is your
yeah.
home. Mhm.
Exactly. So it wasn't too difficult. You know, I've always felt at home here. So.
Okay. What about cousins? Do you have any cousins, relatives left in
So
India?
my main, my uncle and my cousins are here.
Mhm.
So it's not, and so are my grandparents.
Oh.
So yeah,
wow.
so
all the whole.
yeah, so my main family is here. So that's why again I didn't have that sort of urge to go back all the time. I do have some cousins and some uncle and aunties back in India, which I do miss a lot.
Mhm.
But when your core family is here, it's like
Your
there's nothing
family,
really
yes.
to miss. Yeah, exactly.
That's true. Mhm. That's really true, right?
Yes. But have you been visiting India or from time to time?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do. We
Oh.
do. It's not as often.
Oh.
Because my parents do work a lot, so just to find time off is difficult. So I'd say we visit on average every 5 years. I'd say.
5 years.
Yeah,
5
roughly.
years. Okay.
I think the last time I went was 2019.
29.
So it's
Okay,
been 3 years. Yeah,
Pre-corona.
pre-pandemic.
Ah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's cool. Oh, well, I think you can relate because your partner is also from India. So I
Yes.
think you have a lot of things you know a lot of things.
When was the last time you went to India?
2019 as well.
Oh, cool.
Twen-
Okay, cool.
February 2019.
You didn't meet there?
No, I was
pretty
in
big.
I was in Mumbai at that time.
Oh yeah, no.
No, but my
25 as
company
well,
sent
yeah.
February
Yeah,
2019.
same,
Okay, my
yeah.
company sent me there. So in Pune, in Mumbai, near Mumbai.
Cool.
So I was there in Maharashtra, but it's still Maharashtra.
Maharashtra, yeah.
Gujarat,
Gujarat is a
State as
bit,
well.
Yeah, it's a bit
Or is
far.
it in the north? Okay.
It's a bit far.
Well, we are indulging in this very interesting conversation. You
can have your
Yes.
cake.
Oh,
yeah.
grab your. Thank you so much to Glee for preparing this cake. Thank you so much for
I didn't
inviting
even-
us to your home.
This is not my house.
And of course, before
What are
anything
those?
else,
Wow.
we would like to thank our my sponsor, Clear Skincare. They sent me recently the body buffing bar. So this is $40 and it's out now. So thank you so much.
But this is not soap. This is a cookie.
Yeah.
They also included some lovely cookies over here.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Clear Skincare.
Back
Alright.
to the topic.
Now, that's just a short commercial. Now,
That's so good.
so you mentioned that you felt like this is you feel at home here and you don't
do.
feel the longing to go back to India or to visit India every now and then because this is your home, right?
Right,
So-
exactly.
Because in my mind, I'm thinking that most of the immigrants who grew up abroad,
Mm-hmm.
they don't feel that they're different, right? Because they think that this is their home.
Right.
But how was it for you? Have you ever felt different while growing up and studying in school surrounded by mostly Kiwis? Because that time, I think 20 years ago would be different, right? There were
Mhm.
not so many Indians,
Oh.
unlike now. So how was it? How was the feeling?
So, like you said, I do feel at home. You know, this is my home. And although occasionally, I have to admit, when I was growing up, there were times where I did feel different to my classmates. Obviously, because I feel it has a lot to do with your life at home. Because although, like, my parents have migrated, you know, there are a lot of traditions
Of course.
that we still carry out that
Yeah.
are Indian.
Mm.
Such as like celebrating festivals or you know just some religious things that happen. So when I see and vice versa, when we don't celebrate like Kiwi traditions, it did feel like, oh, why are we not doing that?
Oh,
Like for
okay.
example, I don't think Santa Claus visited me until I was maybe 8 or 9 or 10, whereas from what I know, it's usually like at a younger age that, you know, Kiwi kids get like all these presents, they
Yeah.
get visited by Santa Claus. So I never had that. So when like students were talking about like, hey, what did Santa give you? Or what did you do for this particular holiday? I was like, oh, well, nothing really, because obviously we wouldn't celebrate those because those were not the holidays that my parents would have grown up with. So they wouldn't be as, you know, they wouldn't know about it until maybe later on. Like we did, like now we of course celebrate like Christmas and
Yeah.
stuff, but it's still in a different way to what other people would do it. So those kind of experiences, like those conversations, I wouldn't be a part of, like at school, for example. So yeah, sometimes I did feel a bit different, you know.
A follow-up question. So you said that most of the traditions you were celebrating when you were young were from your parents.
Yes.
What about in school? Did you ever feel different with the physical appearance? Did you feel like you're different from them? How was it in school?
So they were, yeah. I mean, I grew up in West Auckland, and in those schools, especially in those schools, the percentage of ethnic or Indian people was way less compared. So
Yeah.
there was pretty much like, I'd say 90% just like white people or European
yeah.
people. So it was different. But I don't think that I was ever like made to feel that I was different. Like obviously subconsciously you know.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yes, I'm Indian,
Yeah.
I'm different. But it's not like there's people telling you that you're different because that's just not what New Zealand is about. You know?
Yes.
Like you
Wow,
you
that's
feel
really
Wow,
nice.
yeah.
you feel very welcome. Like no one would ever go out of their way to do so. Like sure, there's bullying, there's teasing.
Yeah.
That's normal. It's jokes.
Yeah.
But I don't think I ever felt like, oh, I'm not welcome or I'm different than you.
Or you're secluded.
Never.
You're not one of us.
Never.
That
I
is
always
really,
felt one
really
of
nice.
like I was one of the
Wow.
pack. You know?
That's really
Yes.
good to hear
Yes. Because I've been
from
wondering, because
Mm.
we just moved here like
Right.
I just moved here last year and he just moved here last May.
Mm.
And we were wondering, because we also felt home here
Yeah.
the instant like
Yeah.
we got here. And we were wondering, how is it like for students, you know?
And
for
many years ago.
Yeah,
like,
many years ago.
20 or 10 years
So
ago.
it's really, really nice to know that it's really New Zealand.
Yes.
It's so
So
the
it's the
friendly.
whole,
culture.
the whole
so
country.
friendly,
It's,
yeah.
Wow, that is really
For
good
sure.
to hear. I'm loving more New Zealand. Oh, sorry, Sweden. I'm thinking if I have to. No.
We've converted him.
Sweden
He's a
is
Kiwi.
Well, but that is really good to
Yeah.
hear. So, to our listeners and viewers, welcome. Come here and visit New Zealand and see the culture and the beauty of
Yes.
nature as well.
I think you will inspire like a lot of students who want to come
study-
here
yes.
to study
Yeah.
here.
To study.
Because I think their parents, it's one of the worries of the parents as well.
Yes, being
Yeah.
bullied or
Being
being
bullied,
teased
being
or being
teased.
somehow secluded, like separated from
Yeah.
from the others.
No, I don't think so. It's like like, okay, sure, there's bullying,
Mm.
but I feel like that's at every single school in every single country. You can't escape it. You know, there is
Yes.
bullying, there is teasing,
Mm.
but it's left at just teasing. It never goes any further than that in my
Mm.
experience, you know? Like, you don't actually feel outcasted. Like,
Okay.
you're always welcome. You're always, like, there's a lot of diversity here. There's a lot of diversity being welcomed.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah, I feel like if anyone is, like, on the fence,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
you should totally make the move, because it is a really friendly country and you will always be included.
Wow.
That's
That's
nice.
nice.
Well, that's for school. And now that you're working
Now
and
that I'm
out of
working.
school already,
Yes.
how is it like in the work community now? Is there
Again,
a difference?
it's literally the same. It's funny because
Mm.
at my workplace, it's actually just pure coincidentally, it's mainly Indians actually.
Oh,
My manager's
okay.
Indian, a couple of my coworkers are Indian, so
All right.
yeah.
So it felt
It felt
It
fine,
felt
but even if it wasn't, it wouldn't have mattered because it would have been normal for me.
Mm.
Yeah.
since we talked about your background,
Mhm.
your the culture here, that you don't feel separated. How do you feel within yourself? Would you identify yourself as an Indian, like having Indian culture,
Mm.
Yeah.
or Kiwi culture, or mixed, or you just don't want to label it? You just feel like
Yeah.
it's just me, and this is
I don't want to. I wouldn't label it because
Uh-huh.
it's like, obviously I grew up here, right?
Yes.
So I am pretty much a Kiwi. Like,
Mm.
I've been told by friends that I'm pretty whitewashed, but yeah, it's,
Yeah.
but like, jokes aside, like, I genuinely do. I feel Kiwi, but at the same time, because of my parents, there are certain Indian traditions that we
Yeah,
still go by.
the
Like, for
culture is still
example,
there.
we still celebrate Diwali, Raksha Bandhan, you know,
Holi.
Holy,
Mm.
exactly. Like, we still celebrate those. We still keep in touch with our roots and heritage, you know. So there are things that I do there for like, that are Indian, right?
Mm.
But at
Yes.
the same time, I am pretty much Kiwi. So I don't want to label, you know. It's just
Mm.
it's a best of both worlds at this
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
So basically mixed, but
Mixed,
I mean,
yeah. But like, you
mixed.
don't, yeah.
No label.
But it's hard to explain in just one label.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
right.
Yeah.
But I also want to commend your parents for also still instilling the Indian culture, even though you're basically have
Grew up
grown up, yeah,
Kiwi,
here,
That's
and
true.
you still know these things like the Indian culture and traditions.
I think it was a very like big part in my parents growing up. They never like they always like, for example, me and my brother, we were always taught to speak
Mm.
in Gujarati
Uh-huh.
as well. You know, we still
Are you fluent?
yeah, I'm fluent in Gujarati. Yeah.
Oh.
It doesn't sound like you are. I mean, from your English, you're basically like, okay, he's Kiwi and he knows Gujarati. Okay, that would be nice.
Oh yeah. So see,
Do you understand?
No, if only I know.
yeah. So like at home, we would speak Gujarati. Like they would still continue. They would teach us about India.
That's
They would
cool.
teach us about like the the culture there. Like all the different days that we would have. So yeah, it was big ups to them.
Yes,
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
nice. Because
Yeah.
I was wondering as well. Because me wanting to be a parent soon here in New
Oh.
Zealand.
Mm.
I mean, is it like a big adjustment for our future kids if we instill the Filipino tradition, and then would they feel like confused when they go out? But looking at you, maybe
I don't
it's a
think
good,
so,
really a
eh?
good
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Because there's as children, I think they will not be confused. I mean, this is just in my thinking that they would not be confused. They will just take it as it is, right?
Yeah,
and they
exactly.
wouldn't really consider, oh, this is something that I shouldn't do, or because you're with your parents, so whatever they do, you do as well.
Exactly.
If you're with the classmates, then you also do what they're doing. So
It's a very
Yes.
natural process.
I think
yeah.
people don't, or children will not get confused.
No, I
Yes.
don't think so either.
And I think there's no peer pressure here as well, right?
Oh, what about that peer pressure?
Like you don't have to like pressure yourself to be someone else just to be part of like
Oh no, absolutely not.
community.
No, there's nothing.
Here,
Yeah,
me.
here.
There's no peer
Yeah.
pressure. Like
which is nice.
people are very like
Yeah.
calm, and if you want to do something,
Yes.
they're very welcoming.
Yeah.
But like if you don't want to, it's completely okay. There's no peer pressure. You can be who you want to be.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I think that perfectly explains how chill the New
Yeah.
Zealand is and how it is so open to
Mhm.
Absolutely.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
To all ethnicities, whether you're from whatever background,
Yes.
then you're welcome here in New Zealand. We briefly discussed about your theatrical plays. You were involved in the theater, the Auckland University of Technology. Yeah,
AUT,
you're
yeah.
vice president. You said, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Wow,
it
that's a
is.
big position,
Performing
right?
arts. Yeah.
So you're actively engaged in these kind of activities. Do you want to become an actor or in Bollywood or maybe here?
See, I would never say no. Like I'm not actively like it's not my profession as if like I've not studied that or I'm not doing it as a job or anything. But I would never say no. Like I love
Yeah.
acting.
Mm.
It's like one of my favorite hobbies ever.
Mm.
If I could, I would do it as just a full-time job, but it's more complicated than that. So it's pretty much just like a side hobby at the moment.
Side hobby.
Side hobby. Yeah.
But if you were given like equal opportunities for teaching and acting,
So if you're telling me if I would get like
Yeah.
a job,
Yeah,
100% acting straight away. Yeah.
Okay, then I
Yeah.
think you should really
yes, push through
to
because
that
you're
shit,
really
right?
good at
Right.
it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like what we said in our spiritual episode, right? Focus on your hobbies and you will find your purpose in life.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
think you're for that path.
Yes.
acting.
Yes.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Then maybe you should change your postgrad.
I think it's
The teaching,
it's
the
a bit
teaching.
late for that now.
You haven't started yet. You're in the break
That's
period,
true.
right?
That's
Yes.
true. Maybe I should
Oh.
just change my degrees.
Yes,
Oh.
that can be an option,
Could
but
be.
it's also good to explore things
Yeah.
because life is really
I mean, you can be teaching
yes
in
at
the
the same.
theater, right?
Oh yes,
Yeah, teaching how to act, right?
Could be.
Directing.
Yeah.
maybe.
But
Why
I do
not?
feel like there's no limitations here, which is such a good thing.
Yes,
Because like you never get bound to one thing.
Mm.
Like if you want to do something else, there's no limitations. As
whatever
in-
it is, right?
Whatever it is, like you can do multiple things. Like there are those opportunities that you can do. Like you can obviously, like for example, I mean, I was still studying back when we did multiversity,
Mm-hmm.
but there was no like, oh, you have to study full time, but you can't do anything else. It's there's always opportunities for you, which is again just another amazing thing about living here. So
That's
yeah.
right.
So you can do on the side what things you like, right?
things you like, exactly. And I think
Yes.
that's
That's good.
really important because
It
It
is.
you can't just do one thing and not have other hobbies. You have to have something to have fun with,
Yes.
enjoy yourself with.
That's
You can't
true.
all just be work, work, work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work.
Work.
No,
Yes,
you
I
cannot.
think
You
that's
just
what
have-
I like about here. Yeah, there's no limitations,
Yeah.
so you get to be creative as much as you want. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
Yes.
that's good.
Yes.
Now,
You're
Another
wanting New
question.
Zealand, loving New Zealand even more.
I will become Kiwi. Hopefully.
Kiwi.
Now, another question. So, let's not move on to so much personal life, but
Yes.
more on hypothetical questions.
Sure.
Oh. What is
Maybe you can
that?
try.
Oh no.
Yes. Since you mentioned that your love for superheroes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
If you were a superhero,
Yeah.
who would you like to be and why?
Like a previously existing superhero?
Any superhero.
Oh, like if I
Yeah.
could
Probably our listeners can relate
yes,
to
a pro-
someone
yeah.
who's famous.
I would probably like to be the Flash.
The Flash.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Have you guys-
Do you know Flash?
Yes.
The guy who runs really
The-
fast.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. He's my-
Yes.
I would say
That's
he's my.
right.
Yeah. He's probably my favorite superhero.
Why?
Because of the TV show. He's just such a good person.
Mm.
He genuinely wants to help everyone, and yeah, he just has like a pure heart of gold, and that is something I really like. It's something I look up to. You
What
know?
Yeah.
about Superman? Superman is bad?
Superman is amazing.
No, it's just if he has to
Personal
choose.
preference. I love them all. I love
Okay,
them all.
because
Yeah.
how you're explaining, I feel like, what about the other superheroes?
No, they're all
Isn't
good.
it they're all good.
They're all good. I know, but there's just something about the Flash that
You ask him.
Oh, sorry. No, but Flash. No, in
Yeah.
reality, I'm not familiar with Flash.
Flash.
Okay, fair enough.
Ah.
How about Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
no, it's-
uh-huh.
I actually play Spider-Man.
Yes,
for-
speaking of that, yeah.
Oh, did you?
I play Spider-Man for Enchanted Entertainment, so shout out to you guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
Enchanted.
So we do kids' birthday parties and stuff. So I play Spider-Man for them. I'd say he's second on my list. I also love Spider-Man so much, and it's so fun playing him. But yeah, I'd say he's second. I still say Flash is
Flash.
number one.
Flash is number one.
Hmm.
I think I should.
Why
does he
do
have
I-
a movie?
Oh, he has a TV
Movie,
show.
TV show.
Yeah.
It's out on Netflix, right?
It's on Neon.
Neon.
Yeah.
Maybe I watch different Flash. Because
What did you watch?
I
Maybe
don't
watch-
know. I thought that it was on Netflix.
Maybe
Maybe,
it was
in
in Flash
Philippines.
Lights.
It was in Philippines.
Maybe yeah,
It is,
Philippines.
yeah.
Because my partner is also a big fan of this.
Yeah,
Superhero.
Yeah,
that's-
superhero.
I feel like I'd get along with him
Yes,
so well.
for sure. I felt like there's a vibe here that Yuvraj is going to turn into a superhero anytime. He's going to leave out, I have to do something.
Just jump out.
Yes.
I'm thinking you're 22, young as you
Yeah.
are, and with this Indian background,
Mhm.
you know, I've watched in Netflix Indian matchmaking. I'm thinking, are your parents in that position where they want their son, like you're one of their sons,
Yeah.
to get married? So,
No.
would you prefer a Kiwi or an Indian, or what is your preference?
Wow, this is putting me on the spot. I mean,
This opens the market
no,
for you.
I've had this question before. All my friends ask it
Oh,
all the
okay.
time. It's really funny. I usually do answer. I'm like, yes, obviously, you'd prefer Indian because like you've been like you have the same culture, so you can like it's just easier to be with someone who's had the same culture. So I would obviously prefer Indian, but in saying that, because I have grown up here, it wouldn't be a stretch to say that like if someone that wasn't Indian were to come up, that would be perfectly fine because we're not privy to any sort of like it has to be this
Yes,
because
uh-huh.
because we're quite open.
That's
Because
right.
We've been
Wow.
living here, so yeah. So I would say obviously prefer Indian, but I'm open to.
Like an
Yeah.
Indian.
Now you know.
So
Yeah, shoot your
to
shot.
the Filipino listeners, sorry.
Oh.
Unless you look like Indian. No, but Filipinas can also become Indians.
Yeah.
If they
How would that work? How would that work?
they will try to learn your culture,
Filipinos
At
are
least
also
give them
loving.
give them a chance.
Hey man, I said I'm open.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's open. That's good. So talking about Indian, an Indian who grew up here or an Indian who immigrated here or who's quite new here? Like who was born here? How is the Indian?
Again, it would
Preference.
obviously I'd prefer someone like me who's been brought up here, right? Because you
okay.
share those same experiences of being Indian but growing up here, so it's that experience that you can kind of relate to. So obviously I would prefer, but again, like
That's just
At
not-
the-
it's just a preference. It's not like a absolutely no or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just a preference.
Wow.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's not about the nationality or the race.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's about the love.
Exactly.
Mutual understanding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like you have a checklist. It's not like the TV show that you were mentioning that I have a checklist. I'm like, oh, is it this? Is it this? It's like if it happens, it happens, but it should be naturally and organically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Oh, okay, naturally, or it should happen spontaneously. Because in the Indian matchmaking, it's like you get married first, and then you
Yeah.
and then you learn how to love.
yeah.
Is that in
it's true.
Netflix?
It
It's
is.
a
Oh,
Netflix
I
show,
should
yeah.
start watching
That's
that.
It's really entertaining.
It's
It's,
really-
pretty cool. Yeah.
Indian matchmaking. That's pretty much it, right? And you can tell our viewers and our listeners where they can follow you because you're quite famous, right?
I
In
am
theaters.
not. I wish I was, but I'm not. You guys can follow me on Instagram. It's actually the only handle I have.
Instagram.
Yeah,
We will write
It will
here.
be
yeah,
here.
it'll be UV3000. So yeah.
UV3000.
Do you have any? What about links? You said as vice president of this.
Yes.
Auckland-
So if you guys are into performing arts, you can follow us on AUT Performing Arts on Instagram and Facebook, which I assume will also be here. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
yeah. Well, honestly, it's such a welcoming community. If you love theater, please do come check us out. Theater, music, anything to do with performing. Yeah, it's
Is it open to all?
open to all. Yes.
Any
Yes.
age?
Any age.
Age doesn't matter.
Age doesn't matter. Honestly, we're just so welcoming. Like anyone. Yeah. The only thing is you have to like theater, or you have to like performing, or even you don't even have to have experience. Anyone is welcome.
Yeah, as long
yeah,
as it's
as
your
long as-
interest.
As long as you're interested,
Yeah.
please come check us out.
Then we should
Cool.
join.
Yes, I'm
Well,
a part of it.
Yeah. That's what we meant. That's what we
I'm the
meant.
one who's excluded.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I've been excluded.
No, please come to the theater sport sessions. Every Thursdays,
Oh.
5 to 6 at WQ,
Yes.
which is an AUT. So
Do you
yeah.
have any upcoming shows that
We
you want
do.
to know?
We have a variety show, so it's like a talent show with different acts.
Ah.
They're gonna be like there's gonna be singing, there's gonna be dancing, there's gonna be acting, obviously,
Yes.
and also some special surprises.
Wow.
So yeah,
Where is
Really
it
sounds
and when?
interesting.
it's at the Black Box Theater. It's on October 7th, 7 p.m. Yeah, I think tickets we'll provide a link. It's in our link tree in our bio in AUT Performing Arts on our Instagram. So if you guys want tickets, they're selling pretty fast. So
Wow.
get them while you
Yeah.
can. Yeah.
All right. That's good to
Yes,
hear.
Amazing. Yes. Since you inspired both of us, I'm pretty sure you will also inspire a lot of students, even new immigrants,
Yes,
especially
uh-huh.
the new students who are wanting to come here.
Yeah.
What are your advice, tips, messages for them?
Yes.
Get involved. When you do come here, honestly, there's so many things that you can get involved in. I know, unfortunately, some people do get sucked up in work and just pretty much just that work where they don't have that work-life balance.
Yeah.
But there are genuinely a lot of opportunities if you do look around. Like, please, pursue your hobbies, go out and try, because that's the best way to get into these different communities, make friends. Because everyone, like I said, they're just so welcoming. You will feel right at home straight away. So please, when you come, just get involved, try different things, because there's just so many things to try. So
Yes.
yeah, just
This is the best place for you to try everything that
Absolutely.
you have
Yeah.
in mind.
exactly all your hobbies you can genuinely fulfill. There's something for everyone.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
that's
good to
nice.
hear. And I think this doesn't only go for students, for new immigrant students, but also for our fellow Filipinos who are new here.
Yes.
If you're working as a nurse or as an engineer, yeah, that's a good advice. You have to go out of your comfort zone,
Absolutely.
and
Yes.
explore
Yeah.
what New Zealand has to offer.
Exactly, because it has so much to offer.
Yeah.
Yes.
You just have to find it and grab it.
Since you're in theater, in acting,
Yeah.
I think there will be viewers and listeners out there who are into theater as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially in Philippines, it's not like a profitable career, and that's why some people just give up. They just don't want to pursue because they're thinking of future jobs, whether
Yeah.
I will earn or whether there's so much competition, But what tips, advice, suggestions would you like to provide to those who are aspiring to become actors or who want to become involved in theater?
I would say from personal experience, because I haven't made money from most of the projects I've done either. It's just been non-profit or just community work.
Okay.
But I would say don't go chasing after that money when you're genuinely find your passion.
Yeah.
Because when you're here, you do get that opportunity that you can do your work. Of course you need money to survive. You can do that, but you can also do this for passion. So when you genuinely find your passion, never give up. I mean, an example I have would be I've been auditioning for shows since 2019, and for all of 2019, all of 2020, I think I had so many auditions that didn't go anywhere. I didn't get cast, no callbacks, no nothing. And then out of nowhere, 2021, I got pretty much what was my dream role. I mean, imagine if I had just given up and be like, oh, I'm not getting anywhere. Like, then, it would have been done, right? I would have never found these people. I would have never found this role. I would have never found this show. So I think genuinely just continue finding your passion, and then the rest will come naturally.
Wow, that's good.
That's really
nice. And you wouldn't find us.
Exactly.
And we wouldn't find you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Wow.
Agree,
that's really
agree.
good. You have a point there that you don't go and chase after money.
Yeah.
Because
That's right.
I don't think money should be the ultimate motivation, the ultimate goal, if you're doing something you like or you're passionate about. That's
Correct.
really nice.
You have to find something that makes you happy, that's besides money.
Wow.
So,
That's right.
That's really nice.
So,
I think this
This
wraps up everything.
this has been really fruitful and
Really.
inspiring conversation.
And I hope that our viewers, our listeners will be able to get some pieces of advice, good tips.
Life lesson.
Yes.
For sure.
And by the way, before we end, I would just like to thank Coffee Club. They didn't sponsor us, but I mean, they have good coffee, right? That's it.
This is one of my favorite coffees. Yeah.
Okay, one of Yuvraj's favorite coffee, the Coffee Club. So come and visit the Coffee Club. They're everywhere. Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so
Yuvraj.
much.
Thank you for having me. I'm a fan, honestly. I was so
Wow.
happy to be on this show. I've listened to all the episodes. It's been so cool having me on. Thank you guys.
You're welcome.
You're
and
welcome.
Thank you as
Thank
well.
you so much. You should also have your podcast in the future.
I should.
Yeah.
That's a dream.
We can-
Hopefully soon.
Yes, we'll be looking forward to that. And
Yes.
pretty sure these viewers we have, our listeners will also support you on that.
Yes. So again, you follow Yuvraj here. We'll link the description. We'll
Yes, we will
put it in
on
the
the
description.
screen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So remember,
Take a break.
have a fika.
Yay!
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.